Sir, we prepared a frequently asked questions list for you.
Okay.
These questions are new for us. We've been used to answering questions. So Mr. Gaurav Bedi and I will attempt to ask these questions. I think we know the answers, but students for this year are maybe a little confused, and that's why they're coming to their teachers and asking questions like these. So we have a small list, and we'll take turns in asking you these questions.
No issue. Most welcome.
So if you don't want to answer something, you have the option of saying, I pass.
No, I'll be trying my best. I will not leave any question without attempting, and certainly go for the time management also.
Super, sir. Super. So the first question is, will only objective questions come in this year's board exams?
No, all the questions or the question paper would be similar to the sample question papers which have been prepared by us. Based on the sample question paper, you would find the questions in the examination. It is like sample pledge which is shown by the builder, and when you are going into or entering into your own pledge, you can resemble the sample pledge and your pledge. So the same thing is over there. All the sample question papers are replica of our question papers in terms of marks, in terms of design. That is over there. Rest of the things would be changed.
So students, go back to the teachers of your school and request them for CBSE sample papers. I'm sure they've already given them to you, but if you haven't got a chance, go back to your teachers in school. They will have access to this. Gaurav, you go next.
Second question, sir. Will there be no board exams and all students pass based on their internal examinations?
I pray to the God that no such situations should arise, because then 2022 and later on you would find one advertisement in the newspaper कि वो बच्चे जिन्होंने 2021 में 10-12 किया है वो इस पोस्ट के लिए अप्लाई ना करें. Like earlier what had happened in Meerut University, there was a lot of cheating and other issues, and some other universities also, and especially it was mentioned in the advertisement or the which were published in the newspaper that the students of this year from this university are not allowed to apply for this position. I am very sure that with the help of you people, we would be able to conduct the examination. We are still hopeful. We are very confident that we have the capability of holding the examination successfully, and therefore we would not be diluting our standard, because these students otherwise will suffer a lot, and I will not leave any stone unturned to ensure that the future of the student is protected by us. If it is not, वो मेरी हिस्ट्री में वो ब्लैक डे होगा जो मेरी अपनी पर्सनल हिस्ट्री है, क्योंकि मेरा अपना हमेशा प्रयास ये होता है कि I should perform very well and I should perform in such a manner that whatever responsibility has been assigned to me, that should be fulfilled and completed in the best possible manner. So we will be holding the examination without any problem and see what best could be done from our side in this regard.
Wonderful. So there are approximately 2,100 people watching this webinar. So my dear parents, teachers, principals, and students, board exams will happen, and prepare well. Over to you, Arunabh sir, for the third.
Sir, the next question is, now that we know board exams will happen, is there any chance that they will happen online?
No, first of all, I would request you, because you people are in the field of school education, must go through the basic concept of the schooling. Because I am fortunate that my birth took place in a family where my maternal uncle was teacher, and he was in the higher education, lower education and the higher education. In school, it is not only the knowledge which is to be tested. In school education, we need to test the critical thinking of the student, writing skill of the student, analyzing power of the student. As of now, these things cannot be assessed with the help of the online examination. So to take care of these issues, we will be holding only the offline examination, pen paper board examination. Otherwise also tomorrow, if I am saying that no system is available, but in our country the spread is so wide that all the people are not technologically strong that they would be able to hold the or conduct the examination online, or the student will be able to appear in the examination online. So we will go for the offline examination only.
Thank you, sir. Gaurav sir, next is
Perfect,
you.
perfect. So board exams are going to happen online.
Yeah,
Sorry, offline.
no, offline.
Now, when we have an offline examination, the next question is, will all schools have self-centers? That is, student will have to give the exam in their own schools?
No, I had tried to increase the number of centers by 45% approximately. I am trying that in comparison to last year, examination center should be nearer to the student. So more examination center. I would not like to dilute the quality of the examination conducted by the CBSE, because many students in India, they are going for the higher studies. We and you people are known for our system because of the system of the CBSE. This system has not been followed by, prepared by me or developed by me. It is a system which has been developed period of time with the help of each and every one of you. So we would like to utilize the system to ensure that the strength of the CBSE remain intact. The benefit of the system is going to the student and to the entire teaching fraternity.
Perfect. So that means board exams honge, offline honge, or self centers mein nahi honge. There will be 45% increase in the centers. So children have to go to the two different centers and appear for examinations. Wonderful, sir. Over to you, Arunabh, sir.
Sir, we are already noticing on YouTube, there are some students who are commenting on this live, as our students are much more tech savvy. And already this discussion of, okay, ye to tay ho gaya ki ye offline hi honge. So I'm sure this conversation will actually help many students. There is another question that has been on students' mind is, will everyone pass these exams irrespective of what they write in the exam papers?
Then what is the need of conducting the examination? This is again related to the quality of the examination and the quality which is ensured by the CBSE and your school. So we would certainly ensure that no evaluation is done based on the performance of the student. Now doing so, are we able to differentiate between the good student or the student who is not having more knowledge? What we wanted, I am finding that every time we are trying to support the poor student, poor not from the point of view of the money, but poor in academics. So if we have to support that student, we have to support the student who is very intelligent, because if we will not take care of the intelligent student, certainly we would be missing our future in the form of the good student. So evaluation will be done with the help of you all. It would be based totally on the marking scheme, which will be prepared by you people only, subject experts, and thereafter assessment will also be done with the help of good teachers and based on the performance of the student. It is not that my performance is 0 and I will be awarded 33 marks. No, not at all. So we will ensure that evaluation is perfectly done based on the performance and based on the marking scheme, which will be prepared by the experts. And all these standards should be maintained as we have maintained in the past, or we are going to maintain in the future.
Thank you, sir. Gaurav sir, next
Perfect.
is you.
So the next question is, now that we have board examinations and they're going to happen offline and there's not going to be self-centers and children have to write good quality content in order to get marks. Now, the next question is, will the course be further reduced for the boards, or is it going to be the same?
Now, our train has already left the station and only we have to board in the train. So no reduction, nothing else. Everything is ready. Only examination is a journey where we are reaching to different destinations. So number of destinations have already been completed. If we have to change our curriculum, if we have to reduce our curriculum and syllabus, it is to be reduced before train is leaving the first station, much before that. And we have already, I would submit before you that we have already completed nearly 40% of the stations. Now no scope of anything.
Perfect. So I hope all 2100 people who are listening to this webinar have, got crystal clarity on how examinations are going to be. Now, a very dear friend, Malini Narayanji, Chairperson NPSC, would like to ask a question. Malini ji, are you here?
Yes. Jai Hind, sir.
Jai Hind, ma'am. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind. Arnav and Mr. Gaurav, I think you were reading out the wish list of the children more than the questions. And children are very, very hopeful. And it resonates so well in all the schools. And I'm sure every one of them was a serious belief of the children. And it's taken us a long time to make the children believe that they're actually in school and appearing in a pre-board exam. So, of course, I had this query about the deja vu moment that we're all feeling. March 2020 is more or less like March 2021, when there is a spike in this in the cases, and we are wondering what is going to happen to the board exam. I'm sure there is a plan that CBSE has for the future. Maybe that which is not happening today will happen in the future. So I just wanted to understand, does CBSE have any plans on actually going online? You did answer that question that today it is not a possibility. But today what we did in this past 1 year was also never thought of by the country. So I'm sure in the future, there must be something planned by the CBSE maybe in the next few years for online testing or even blended testing, testing online for some children, doing paper and pen for other children, depending on the facilities. So is there any thoughts, sir? So that was just one question. And I'm just going to be very greedy and squeeze in another question. There's been a dichotomy in the promotion policy in the 9th and 11th, especially in Delhi, that has been announced, and I'm sure you're aware of that. It talks about compartment in, failure in multiple subjects will also be deemed as compartment, and the children will be given a chance to appear in all those exams so that they have an opportunity of clearing class 9 and 11. Is something, this is in connection with what Dr. Arnav talked about. Will everybody pass? So this question is in continuation with that, saying, are we going to look at compartments with multiple failures and not just one failure that CBSE had envisaged in its examination bylaws? So they're just two questions, sir. Thank you.
No, yeah, these are not two questions. This is the entire future plan, in fact, I would say, which you are asking to me. Say very frankly, I am of the opinion that I want to throw these bylaws, examination bylaws, to the Yamuna only. Why in Yamuna? कि वहाँ थोड़ा सा गर्द है, वो दब जाएंगे अंदर, निकल के बाहर नहीं आ पाएंगे. If the river is little bit clean, it might come out sometime. I want to change the entire thing. I am of the opinion that no, we should move in the direction where we can have the online examination, offline examination, multiple opportunities to the students for the purpose of improvement of their performance. Because I am very strongly of the opinion, say if I am learning something and today I was able to learn only 20% or tomorrow 22% and then 30%. So if I have to assess myself that how much I know about one subject, so I must be given an opportunity. Looking into it, what has been done, first of all, we had given the permission for the purpose of improvement in the compartment examination itself. Prior to this year, what we were doing, we were saying that, okay, you appear in the examination, and if you are securing, say, 45 marks in mathematics, and you have got the admission in engineering college, and because you are less than 50% marks, not be able to get the admission in the engineering college, so you have to, for CBSE system, you have to wait for the entire year. Okay, next year only he would be appearing in the examination, and if he was able to improve his performance or her performance, then only he will go. So by that time, he would be losing 1 year. What we decided because of the day sheet, that day sheet for the compartment examination all class 12 subjects are examinations are conducted only on single day. So we thought that we can conduct the class 12th one examination and in 10th 2 examination improvement opportunity could be given. But for the first year, we decided no, only one subject we will permit in class 12th and 10th if anyone wanted to improve. So what will happen that even without wasting the time, the complete year, students will be able to improve their performance. Say the student has secured 45% and now improving his performance and reaching to 50, 55%, 60%, then he would be able to save the complete 1 year in the BTech course. So which is a very, very long year. मेरा हमेशा कहना है कि अगर आपने 1 साल कहीं अपना लूज किया एडमिशन के लिए, तो 1 साल प्रमोशन के लिए लूज करते हैं, उसकी तनख्वाह को यूज करते हैं, फिर नेक्स्ट ईयर करते हैं, and say in the entire career you have got 5 promotion. So every place you will be getting 1 increment less, and finally when you will retire, you will be at a much bigger loss. So 1 year less job means 1 year less gratuity, less pension, lot of things are over there. So this will support the students in saving their time. Now, in addition to this, we are trying that because multiple opportunity issue is raised in the national education policy. So what could be that policy? How we can conduct examination more than once for the student? For how many paper we can permit them? These we all are thinking, and we are thinking that no, certainly by 2022 we will take some decision. We will implement some policy. We will begin with something, and thereafter we will just try to increase the volume of the same, so that more people are getting into the ambit of this scheme and getting the benefited out of the same. Regarding the class 9th and 11th, though few people have informed me about this passing issue, I haven't gone through the circular issued by the concerning authority. I will go through it and then I will respond. But my strong feeling is that no, studies, I would say, activity where we shouldn't reduce the height of the bar. Okay, if we have to become the gold, so we have to pass through the more temperature, higher temperature. So looking into that, what best could be done without compromising with the quality of the education, we should go. Say passing examination without appearing in the examination is not a good issue, because in our country, one more thing is over there, that next year, if everything will go well, there would be n number of requests, n number of court cases in the court, where they will say, okay, because of some reason, I was not able to appear in the examination, and because in 2021, you have permitted the student and passed the student without conducting the examination, pass my student also. Okay, this student also. So all these exercises becomes the example for the future. So it is all better that we should maintain the standard, and then we should go for education. I can't say what is happening to my country, that everyone wanted to cut the budget or the shortcut method they are adopting in the field of education, which should not be. The benefit of the education given to the student will be reflected after 5-6 years when the student will be in the public life. So very firmly, I would say that we shouldn't compromise on any issue, but on the another way, we should support the child to reach to that particular height, or support them in touching that bar. But without touching the bar, if someone is made qualified, it is not good in my opinion.
Right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now we move on to Mr. Surender Sachdeva, Principal DPS Bhopal, Ahmedabad. Sir.
Namaskar, sir. Thank you so very much for making yourself available for different kind of questions which we are facing at time. I have a small request to make that, different states have different boards, and generally there is a conflict of interest when we come across dealing with the state authorities, because their full interest is towards the state boards. So at times CBSE is a step baby. So can there be some kind of coordination committee that when CBSE is dealing with state governments while taking decisions? For example, in Ahmedabad, while conducting practical exams, there was dictated that no, you cannot conduct the examinations at this moment because you have to postpone till 10th of April. And you know, there are so many constraints, big schools, so many teachers aligning the timetable, and we are facing some difficulty. If there is some kind of coordination and dealing with different boards, it would be good.
And sir, I would just like to submit before you that in recent past, we are getting a lot of support from the state governments. Now Secretary Education is writing to the Chief Secretaries, the Chairman is writing to the Education Secretaries, Chairman of all the boards for assisting us, DGPs, DM, SSP, everyone. And they all are supporting to us also. Sometimes what is happening, I am very free and frank and in sharing my views very openly. When we are entering the domain of other official, then we will face this kind of problem. Say if you are sitting over there and if the state government is asking you something and you are deciding yourself, so you could be held responsible, not the CBSE. Okay, if the best part would be that if they are saying something, you could say to them that I am simply a principal of this school coordinating with the CBSE. If you have to take any decision, you take the decision by informing it to the authorities of the CBSE. I am no one over here. I am just a coordinating point. So this had happened in the Ahmedabad or the Gujarat. Otherwise, when we are saying that only 12-15 students can appear in the examination, where the issue of the social distancing, there is no issue of social distancing. So these things could have been informed to them. One more thing, that every time, say if we are having these schools in Gujarat or Tamil Nadu or Kerala or West Bengal or Uttar Pradesh or in any state, they are not the children of CBSE. They are the children of that particular state only. The only issue is that not in the affiliated school of that particular board, they are residing in the CBSE. So if they are residing in CBSE, they are not the step child. Okay, step students. So they have to into all the boards, everyone with the equal hands. So I had discussed this issue. We will be talking to the Chief Secretary and Education Secretary tomorrow on this issue. And if you are facing any problem, ask them to get in touch with the CBSE. Don't decide anything at your end only. This is my submission.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you,
तो सर मैं आपको ले चलता हूँ अहमदाबाद से अब मुंबई की तरफ. So I'll request Miss Avnita Bir, Principal Podar School, Mumbai, to kindly come in here and.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Bhardwaj. I must first compliment the Ghaziabad Sahodaya and the CBSE board for taking this initiative, because, you know, in these uncertain times, you know, communication can never be overestimated, and we need as much communication as possible. So the fact that the board is now doing some of the roles that the school performs, so, you know, giving, you know, strategies for time management and how to prepare for an exam, I think that is something which is, you know, making me feel very proud that I'm part of the CBSE family. So having said that, you know, Maharashtra is a unique state, you know, where schools haven't started as yet. So we haven't had students coming in at all. So we still don't know how we're going to be looking at the issue of social distancing and, you know, what kind of challenges we may face once the children come in. So, you know, so if we could get maybe, and so there's a lot of anxiety because of that. Because, you know, the first time their children will come in will be to do their practical board exam. So not even a practice or a mock practical. So if there could be some kind of a message, it is all right, you know, the children and the teachers are very anxious, you know, and also because, you know, now there's no parity between different cities and different states. Is there anything that the board is thinking about, you know, because different schools and different cities and different states have had different experiences of online classes. would there be some kind of a moderation, done between the different parts of the country, where students are appearing from, different cities, so that they don't really feel that they have had a raw deal, That's one. The second thing is about, the change in the board pattern, which has added to the anxiety of the children and the teachers. We looked at some of the sample papers and the question banks which the board has, issued. The teachers are feeling that the critical thinking, the difficulty level is very high in these papers, in the sample papers. So would we have that kind of difficulty level? Would it be all right for the average student to be able to deal with those questions? How do we, reassure them, because they have access to these papers, so they're getting scared. So it's adding to the anxiety of, writing an exam in these, very extraordinary times. So see, these are some of our concerns. If you could address them.
Thank you, Anita. The question which you have raised there of means interest of the students, certainly. First of all, I would submit before you and inform you that we should understand the philosophy of the moderation. There was a time when even in the CBSE also people were saying that there should not be any moderation, there should not be any other thing. Therefore, I stated a little earlier that no, when we are in the school education, we should go and try to understand that what is the mean by school education. And what is the difference between the school education and competitive examination which we are conducting. See, in school education, because we are providing the information, we are providing the knowledge to the student. So it is not that we wanted, no, some students should go out and they should be declared fail and they should be said by us or declared by us कि वो कुछ नहीं कर सकते. ठीक है, it is not. We are always trying to assess the student, and therefore there is a concept of the grace marks in the schooling and even in the higher education also. So why there is a concept of the grace marks? Say if any student is securing 32 marks and only 1 mark is required to pass. So first of all, if you are checking the answer book and child has secured only 32, so you will find out some place where you will add half of marks and then you will say that no, 33 pass ho gaya bacha. Now, even after that, when we are going to the result and we are finding that some students are failing because of the difference of 1 or 2 marks or 3 marks, so that time we are taking a conscious decision that no, these students should be assisted by us and they should be allowed to touch the passing line and after giving the grace marks. Now, moderation comes when we are using the different tools for the assessment of the student. Say if there is only one question paper like 2018 across the country, there is no need of any moderation because every student has been measured with the help of one single measurement which has been used or prepared by the CBSE. But looking into the present scenario where parents are trying their best for doing all unfair activities, students are trying their best for involving themselves in unfair activities. Even the schools are trying their best to assist the student because now in the school education also, don't take it otherwise, people who were considered as mohalla के मतलब किसी उसके head और थोड़ा सा extortion करने वाले लोग, they have started their school. So mentality has not changed, not from any person or from any shopkeeper, but from the student. They are just extracting the money. So what is the issue? We have to go for the multiple set of question paper. Now these question paper are prepared by the human beings only. Though there is a set of design, though there are set of skills which are being used by the experts, but when we are implementing this various tools for the purpose of assessment of the learning of the students, so when we are applying it on the larger population, the mean marks of all the students should come to the same only linearly. Because I am saying, say if I have appeared in UP and there was one question paper and I secured means 500 students had appeared and 55 is the average marks secured by each and every student. when we are adding all the marks and dividing it to the total number of students. And same is in the other states also. Say in place of 55, it is 56, 54. So we would say the difficulty level is same. And but when it is a little bit increasing, the difference is a little bit more, then we are saying when it has been applied on the larger population and there is a difference of the average marks. So in such scenario, whichsoever is the difficult paper, there we can we need to reduce the gap by awarding some marks. So we can do two things. Say if mean marks in one paper or one set of paper is 59 and in another one is 55. So 4 marks difference is over there. So we can either reduce 59 to 55, or the another method is 55 to 49. So because it is the school education again, so we are not bringing 59 to 55, but we are taking 55 to 59. Now coming to the coming to your question, say moderation because of their performance will not certainly affect them. Nothing is going to happen with the moderation. There are other statistical tools by which such kind of problems could be addressed. So what are these statistical tools? Certainly, if needed, we will means apply these tools, which we have applied in the previous examination also, and this were applied with the help of the Honorable Supreme Court of India. So if need arises, we will see how we have to protect the interests of the student. But certainly, I can't say I am very, very confident that everything will go well and we would be able to take care of each and every student. Now, the second question, which is very, very important, that is pertaining to the Mumbai city. It is very, very true. Students have not gone to the school, not even once, I feel. And those schools have worked hard, provided all kind of education to them, supported them in all ways and means. But even then, certainly, they would not be at the same platform as the others are, where at least some classes we have conducted. So in such scenario, it is coming to the practical examination. At this platform, I am you. Our purpose is that they should have the knowledge that how this practical would be performed. Okay. So if they are unable to perform the practical and we have to conduct their practical examination, as controller of examination, I would say that ask the examiner to explain each and every experiment to them. Okay. Ask them that this is the experiment and this way we have to perform it. And after their examination could be conducted and they are supported. So our first or the main motive for providing the education to them is completed. Okay. Thereafter, you can assess the child in asking the questions, and if he's giving wrong reply, you can support him by providing more information, and then again you can ask the different question and try to bring him to that particular level where if he could have attended the practical and thereafter he is appearing in the practical examination, he would have been performing in the same manner. Now, because examination this practicals have not been conducted, assess the child by providing the education and try to bring the child to that particular level where he is having the information. Rest of the thing he can see in the future classes and future courses. Thank you.
But that message should go to the examiners. If you know, if we could they would have the empathy. To, keep that in mind.
Say because this video will be available on website, you can say to the examiners also, as principal of your caliber, your stature, if saying something in Mumbai, that will be having the impact more than if I am saying something in Mumbai. Okay, क्योंकि जो है you have your own pace, you have your own performance in the city of Mumbai. Everyone is about you. So if you will say to them, you will be as a teacher, as an academician, certainly they should go for it and they should work in this manner and try to assess the student, but without compromising the quality of the learning. That is, I'm very open on these issues.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Wonderfully explained, sir. So now I'll take you to Priyadarshi Nayak ji from Hathras, representing Uttar Pradesh. Priyadarshi ji.
Sir, good evening. Good evening. Namaskar, sir.
Good evening. Namaskar.
So excellent guidelines and very planned strategies which you have made. I think we are following since last year, and happy to hear also that teachers are COVID warriors. So now human being is fighting with COVID, and COVID has a competition with examination. And what I mean to say that my question straight away coming to conducting of the examination, sir, as a city coordinator, as well as conducting, taken up a lot of centers here, a lot of queries are there. If suppose a student turns COVID or a staff turns COVID during the examination, or sometimes it happens, the lockdown may happen in the same city. So how as a city coordinator or a city center superintendent of CS of any center will manage, because immediately what happens, the government takes the decision to stop that one. So what are all things has been planned, or what all things you need to guide us for conducting this examination smoothly for other children? And second one, when you talk about teachers, again, I'm coming to the staffs, teachers are stress on their own performance. You know, when we are talking about children are worried, even though teachers are also in a pressure, in a stress, because maybe they have taught their children through online. Their expectations are more from the parents as well as from the management. So a lot of stress are there. What is the message from your side as far as the children performance, even though they have not directly taught them face to face as they used to do it? These are two questions, if at all you can guide me, sir.
Yeah, as far as first question is concerned, that is the question which is in our mind also. The only thing I would request you that, say tomorrow it is 5th of May and we are having the examination, and some student or teacher is found COVID positive, and if has started, if a student wanted to continue with the examination, so he could be provided space in the separate room, okay, and one teacher could be deputed over there. She or he will be sitting far away, and thereafter the copy should also be collected separately, or even you can sanitize the copy, looking into it that there is no damage. Okay, so in such scenario, I will note it down that I will say to the student that they should use the ball pen only, so that even if there is some water, they are not having any bad impact or impression on the answer sheet. Say if a student is already decided or teacher is already decided to leave, so teacher is decided to leave, ask them to leave the premises and take all precautions. And regarding a student also, he can leave the examination. Tomorrow, if he is well, he can attend the remaining examination, otherwise not. We may come across the number of cases or the types of cases, and certainly I can assure you that whatever would be the probability of assessing to them, either the reconduct of the examination, or by way of any formula, or by way of other support material, supporting thing. If we can assess the child, we will assess. But child will remain whose result will not be declared if we have opportunity and he or she had appeared in the examination. So this is one thing. As far as the stress of the students and teacher is concerned, my request to students would be that need not to worry when your teachers have worked so hard, round the clock they are supporting to you, and even you are sending the WhatsApp message 12 midnight and they are responding immediately without any hesitation, without any facing problem, and they are saying in public, no, our kids are in deep trouble. So in such scenarios, seek the help even of the teachers on the mobile, on the WhatsApp, on the other ways and means, because every principal is worried, every teacher is worried about the preparation of the students. I would certainly say, as a parent, I am not worried, but the principal of my ward is worried about the preparation of the child of mine. So in such scenario, the only need as a parent is that whatever school is saying, that should be followed by the parent and the student. And rest assured, that you would be able to perform well, but you have to obey the instructions given by the principal or the teachers. So if you will not follow, even God can't help you out in the examination. Okay, if God will help you now, because वो आपकी बुद्धि इसी तरीके की बनाएंगे कि इस समय आप टीचर्स की बात मानेंगे और आप अपनी प्रिपरेशन without putting hard work, without giving sincerity to the work of the examination, you will not be able to perform well in the examination.
So nice of you. Thank you very much, sir.
Gaurav, you're on mute.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. And now I hand over the baton to my colleague, Dr. Neha, to continue with this question answer session further.
I think, sir, you need to take a sip of water because the questions are still pouring in and they'll continue for some time as you are addressing them so well that more and more things are coming up to us, and I think it's going really well and fantastically well. Okay, so next we have from South, Dr. Vasanthi Tyagarajan ji. She is from Shishya School, Hosur. So over to you, Vasanthi ma'am. I hope you are there in the session now.
Yeah, I'm there. My video camera needs to be muted, unmuted, rather switched on. I think it's being muted by the organizer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know whether I'm visible on the screen. My voice is heard, I know.
Yes, you can unmute your, you can open up your video now, ma'am.
Yeah. So namaste, sir. Thank you so much for this value added session, enriched with thoughts from you. And I thank the Ghaziabad Sahodaya, Dr. Jyoti Gupta and Neha Sharma for remembering to include me in this session. Thank you so much. And sir, it's been great learning. Value additions are listening to you all this time, and wonderful learning. And I think I fully agree with you. We have boarded the train already, sir, and we are with you. You've shown the green flag. We have no choice. We have to make sure that things happen well for our children. But I have one suggestion to make and maybe one concern to express. I was looking at, because I'm a regional coordinator for the NTA, sir, we have given suggestions to all centers that they could have, standby a center, where candidates could be isolated and they could write the exams with a separate invigilation there. If that kind of provision happens, probably it would be very supportive for candidates who, already I'm an exam center in Hosur. So naturally, you can imagine children coming over and then somebody falls sick suddenly. Could we then immediately take them to the infirmary or some center where the child could take the exam with one invigilator separately provided in that isolation center? It would be very useful for students to feel reassured and not sent back or something of the kind. And that's my suggestion, sir. The concern is in my state of Tamil Nadu, we had the government clamping down for state board schools, 9, 10, and 11, saying there are no exams even for 10. And only CBSE right now, they have given us a permission to only call children in small batches to do revision if required. So most of us in this state, maybe we are a little concerned as to would this clamp down on CBSE schools in the state because of the COVID situation that's prevalent in our state? My request to answer that, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, ma'am, your first question was basically pertaining to the preparation for the COVID.
Yes.
You might be aware that during the conduct of remaining board examination and the compartment examination, we have prepared one guidelines for the schools, which was really beautifully followed by each and every school. And there was not even a single case which has been identified from any school throughout the duration of the conduct of main examination or the compartment examination. Even we decided to provide some money to the schools also, some fixed money and based on the student also, so that that money should be utilized in making the preparation for the safe conduct of examination as far as COVID is concerned.
Yes, sir.
We would be following the same norms this time. Even we are betterly prepared because already we have passed through one tunnel whose diameter was very less. Now the diameter is quite sufficient, and I feel that with this we would be able to take care of the examination, and we would be able to take care of our students also, because the casualty rate is very less, and the rate of improvement is very, very high. So I feel that everything will go well. The only issue is that because we are the human one, and we will start considering all the problem which we can envisage in the today's scenario. This is one thing. And the second issue was pertaining to the Tamil Nadu, that what will happen class 9th and 11th. They have already decided something, but they have also followed our suggestion. We stated that it would be appropriate if you are holding the exam. Tamil Nadu is the state where the assembly election will also be held. So everything was planned very meticulously by the government of India and by us, and we all are in the safe hand. And as far as the Tamil Nadu schools affiliated to CBSE is concerned, rest assured, first of all, you will not face any problem. If there is any problem, I will assure you that no problem will be transferred from our shoulder to the students or to the schools. We will deal with that situation, and we will guide you and help you in all the best possible manner.
Thanks, sir. I feel so relieved. Thank you so much for that reassurance, sir. Thank you. And thank you, Neha Sharma and Dr. Jyoti Gupta, for the opportunity given to us to express our concerns. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Vasanthi ma'am. And now it's time to fly across the ocean and reach Muscat, Oman. Dr. Rajiv Chauhan from Indian School Muscat is here to share the query.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes.
Yes. Good evening, sir. First of all, thank you very much. And you are very clear. This year doesn't look we are giving exams sitting like abroad. It looks like you're sitting giving exam in Delhi. They are so accessible. The CBSE has been very, very cooperative. And many answers, the way you answer our queries are superb. We have two concerns, sir. And to be very honest, in Oman, we are working on very short-term goals. Like right now, we are focusing how to complete the practicals. Then we'll be focusing how to do the examinations. We am not, to be honest, we are coordinating with the embassy as well as the ministry through the board to understand how we do it. So we are almost through. We have no challenge. We have only two small challenges we are facing, sir. We got approvals to do the practicals the way CBSE is given guidelines with minor restrictions, which are acceptable to have only one person outside and all those things. So we are having the serious challenge. What we are having is, sir, though you have said that the people who want to change the center from here to India for practical or only for theory, we can do with the T. So that link is not open yet, sir, number one. So what has happened is, but we have conducted the practicals here. So here then we face two problems. Number one, the students, when we started practicals, the students sitting in India is panicky that I have now lost my year. He has gone into such a kind of thing, has become that he's gone deep depression ki mera saal to doob gaya. So how do I do this? Students have given exams here. I cannot.
Birla Public School, Doha.
Hello, sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, just please repeat your question, Rajiv, once again.
Yeah, my question is, sir, when we started the practicals, now I have two types of conditions are here, sir. One, here the rule is very simple, sir. When somebody is found positive, either parent, brother, sister, anyone in the family, 14 days, whole family is quarantined. They cannot move out. Okay, sir. We have taken that window also. We have kept the second set of examinations after 14 days. So, जो बच्चे normal हैं, सबके exam करा रहे हैं हम. जिसका है वो एक साथ last में कराएंगे. Our problem is solved. But our issue is coming when we feed the marks. What should I write for them? Absent, or should I write NA, or should I not write anything? A. B. Can I keep the marks, signed everything, and can I feed the marks after all the exams got over? Can I do that? Number two, the window for there are some children who have been asked, the Gulf visa finished means you have to move within 24 hours. So they have already moved down to different parts of India. So I cannot write absent because child means it's not there. But you have given a provision in as per circular that we'll write T, and 25th March. To be very honest, sir, we have 80% of the practicals we are able to finish it. The ministry is very cooperative. Embassy is very supportive to us there because they also have a dream. Ambassador has a dream to make children appear for the examination. He's also from IIT. So he's also linked. So it's working in the right direction. But the problem is uploading of the marks challenge is coming, sir. This is my first question. Second question is, sir, a humble request, sir. You're doing excellent work. And thanks to you, sir, we send a WhatsApp within 10 minutes, we get a reply from you. No problem at all. Sir, can for the exam time, can one helpline number be opened and which is attended across 24/7? Because you all are also working, sir. You also have a family. You also have a rest time and your me time. We understand that. एक helpline number बन जाए sir, toll free type का जो 24/7 चलता हो. We can do it so that any problem we raise it up and is attended to. Or I hope the second question and the first questions are clear. That's my only these two concerns, sir. All other queries have been answered by you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Rajiv ji, as far as helpline number is concerned, certainly we will do something. But the only issue is, very frankly, I would say if something has to be decided at the level of the chairman or at my level or at the level of some other official, the people who would be put on these helpline would not be able to guide you so properly. But even then, the things will come to our notice, and then we would be able to take proper action regarding your problem. The another issue is pertaining to the uploading of the marks and how the student should be considered present or absent or not available or whatever it is during the conduct of practical examination. In such scenario, I had already mentioned in the guidance which have been issued, but I was planning that because I have got some 10-15 phone call on this issue, my guidelines are a little bit bigger and principals and teachers are missing that important part. What I stated earlier, I have stated that if any student of yours is not able to appear in the allotted batch, mark him or her as absent only. Absent could be because of COVID, because of his own wish and will, because of any reason. Okay, you will inform to the regional office concerned that so many students of ours has not appeared in the examination because of the medical related issues, okay, or any related issues, and we are supposed to conduct their examination in future. So when you will be conducting their examination in future, you will be preparing the award list manually. On this issue, you will be issued the guide and you will be able to upload their marks. What could be done prior to that, prior to declaration of result? We are trying to find out that which student is not having the marks of one particular subject, say the practical or the theory or internal assessment. So that edit we are finding, and then we are trying to find out that where are the marks. So I had already instructed to the regional officers that they will be mentioning each and everything, maintaining each and everything, and when their result will be declared, they will ensure that everything is perfectly fine. Okay, so this will be done by you, that you mark the student as absent and later on conduct the examination, and their provisional handwritten marks, this award list will be uploaded on the website, or we will issue the instruction in this regard soon. As far as link is concerned, I've already stated that this link should be made available. We are developing that link because we had given several options over there, that only practical or the only theory or both. So that way they are just streamlining their part from the backend. And we have already given the deadline to the students to 25th of March. And thereafter, you would be having a week time for the details. So by the Friday, I'll try that our link is also available so that even in advance, you can complete your work. Okay.
Thanks.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Welcome, welcome.
Okay, sir. And now from Gulf itself, from Birla Public School, Doha, we have got Dr. A.P. Sharma. Sir, your question, please.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Sharma ji.
So right now, you are one person in India who has answered to all the questions.
No.
And people are very happy. No, at least principals are very happy. Anything related to CBSE, आप पहले मेडिकल के लिए भी संकट मोचक बने थे और अभी भी संकट मोचक बने हैं. Sir, my questions are two parts. One, you have already cleared about this handwritten mark sheet. So what we did, because there was no such kind of instruction. So what we did, like our 2-3 students who were in quarantine, so they are giving exam after 4 days. So I said, okay, that particular mark sheet that they only upload when these 3-4 students are giving after 3-4 days only. But it is clear that if it is 10-15 days, then you are sending us guideline and we will do that. My second concern has come from around 15-20 principals who called me from different countries, because we don't want to discuss only Qatar and Oman. The concern is like particularly from Kuwait, Bahrain and Saudi. What happens that their situation, whenever changes, the decision is changes immediately. Like last time also, you know it very well that in other countries, only 1 or 2 question paper were affected. But in these countries, there were 3 to 4 question paper, exams were affected. Same thing is here. So many children are opting for change of examination center, but they are thinking that, okay, still there is 1 month and 1.5 months when the examination will start. So situation will be good and things will improve. Second wave has not yet come. All these things are there. So there is a possibility. I'm just giving a suggestion that there is a possibility that after this last date for examination center change is gone, and around 15th of April, 1 country or 2 countries decide that they will not allow anybody in any other the premises, then CBSE should be ready on emergency basis or an urgent basis to deal with this problem. There will be mass the change of centers very close to examination.
Say holding the examination is not an activity which could be done like I am inviting you for a cup of tea in my room or at my home, and I will go to the kitchen and prepare the tea and serve it to you also. But a lot of things have to be planned and managed meticulously. And it is done because you people are working very hard. You are implementing these instructions at the ground level. And frankly, very openly, I am saying, I can't do anything else until and up to you are not making my dream true. So it is only because you people, we are able to conduct examination successfully. Now, in emergency, if we have to do something, certainly we will do. Okay, tomorrow, if say a charter flight is taken from the Saudi Arabia to Kerala and the students are shifted over there, so we will conduct their examination. It is not that. But when we are doing some schedule, we are giving ample time to the students that no, you decide what needs to be done. As far as examination is concerned, it is not that at 11th hour you should take any decision and then face the music of not preparing well for the examination. So first decide that what needs to be done in the general circumstances, and then take the decision. If you wanted to change the center, change the center. If you don't want to change the center, don't change the center. So normal circumstances, you must take the decision consciously. But in case of any emergency, certainly, I said to you, whatever would be the problem, we will be able to find out the solution for that problem. As far as examination is concerned, I am totally open, and I feel that I would be able to take any challenge and accept any challenge and provide the solution to each and every one of you.
We trust you, sir. Thank you, Jyoti ji and Neha ji, for giving opportunity and remembering. Even I have left Delhi for the last 4 years.
No, but I should say thank you to you and to the Rajiv ji, that I am finding that you people are very curious about knowing the new things, and every time in most of the webinar you are present, and finding out the time and making yourself present shows that no, you are keen for the smooth conduct of examination, for assisting the other people. I would request you to keep this nature of your up always, and remain the helping hand for the others. Thank you,
Always a pleasure. नहीं, नेहा जी, ज्योति जी याद कर लेते हैं सर. हमें पता भी नहीं लगता, तो ये लोग, it's so nice of them that they give opportunity, because right now this is altogether a different game in Gulf countries and other countries. So nice of you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Shama sir. And it's time for the last question of today's evening, which is from Ms. Ritu Sharma from DPS Nagpur.
Which DPS?
DPS Nagpur, sir. Delhi Public School.
Okay, okay.
Nagpur.
Nagpur as a city has been very stressed with the government orders and also.
Yes.
And they've been discussing their plights. So Ritu's here to discuss his question.
Yes. Good evening, sir.
Here?
Yeah, I'm there. Yes, I'm there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Ritu ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
Good
Sir,
evening.
actually, you won't believe that the principals and the teachers are more stressed than the students this time, and especially in Nagpur. I'm so scared that I want to voice my opinion that because of these online exams, and we thought that this time we'll have offline, but again, due to lockdown, as you must have read in the newspapers, that Nagpur is again in lockdown till 31st of March. We thought we'll have at least one set of offline exam. There also we could manage, but again, all the children did not come and they were only appearing for online. And on online mode, as you know, that they were cheating. We tried to call the parents, we tried to tell them that this is the real situation. Please send the children. We are even ready to take only 10 students in a day. But sir, the thing is, how do we prepare them? How do we prepare the parents? They are not ready. They are saying the life of our children matters more than this. Though, sir, if I take you a walk through our school, the way we have taken the precautions, the things we are doing, I don't think so much of pains is being taken. But the parents are not prepared. The children have become lackadaisical. They are in their comfort zone. The projects, the teachers are going to the houses to collect the projects. This is the plight. I'm very scared that how will they pass?
Yes, your question.
One supplementary, sir.
Yeah.
I was conducting offline examination from grade 9 to 12. You would be surprised to note that 10th and 12th, which has mock examination, attendance was 95%. 9 and 11, who had promotional exam, which is annual exam, they said, how you can call for the examination when there are so many cases? So they wanted to have only online classes. So this is...
That's right. That's right. Okay. 9th and 11th, sir, still we can have online exams. Doesn't matter. They have 10th. We will cope up with the situation. But right now with 10th and 12th, I'm so scared that they are least interested. Their attendance, or for the remedial classes, we even try to give them the revision sheets. They are not ready to complete the revision sheets and also give. I'm actually paranoid, Dr. Bhadwaj. Really, I don't know.
One thing which I would like to inform you that even I said to you in the beginning of this webinar that in the Ghaziabad, the schools are working very hard and students are coming to the school. About Jyoti ma'am school, I am aware. About Shamila ma'am school, I am aware. About Neha's school and Manju ma'am school. I have been informed that the attendance was quite high for the...
No, but sir, the lockdown. Sir, the lockdown. It started again from 1st of March.
Yeah, it just say from different places there are different problems. So I'm saying that parents here have accepted no student should be sent to the schools because even the parents are not happy with the situation. जो बच्चे हैं घर पर रहकर उनके सर पर उछलते कूदते रहते हैं और कुछ नहीं करते. That is the biggest problem over here. So it has been observed by me that now the parents are also saying no, students should or their board should go to the school and they should pass some time over there. But as far as the Nagpur is concerned, Mumbai is concerned, some other cities of the Maharashtra is concerned, this situation is really very, very serious. And in my opinion, I need to be very, very open on this issue that you are trying your best to support to the students of your school for the class 10th and 12th. And the result is not in your hand. Result is in the hand of the third agency. So if they will not prepare well, they have to face the music. You can say to them, you can pressurize them, you can support them, you can assist them, you can beg before them. that no, come and we will work hard and we will make you prepare for the examination. But more you can't do it, because now parents have also decided that say as far as the education is concerned, it is not their responsibility. Some government will come, they will declare that no, they are passed, but they are unable to think that what will happen to their future, the future of the kids in future. Now they are never wanting to spend the money on the fees, on purchasing the books, also on other issues. I'll let you know, when long back I was in Meerut College, Meerut, most of the students were coming to my classes and they were saying, sir, aapke paas koi specimen book aayi ho to wo de dijiyega. And the book was costing only fees. And can you believe, in 90s, 91, when I was taking the classes of MSc and BSc over there, and they were coming to my place for coaching. So the cost of one boy was nearly 2.5 lakh rupees. How 2.5 lakh rupees? With the gold chain which he was wearing, the ring, the shoes, the motorbike which he was having, and the money. Which, just a minute, I got the call from chairman, sir. Just a minute. Yes, sir. So the issue is that why the parents are taking education so lightly, it is not good. If they will take it lightly, the losses will be theirs only. The only problem which school would be having, they would not be able to declare that their result is 100% this year. And the blame will not go to you, because you can say because of the COVID, this problem was over there. So rest assured that nothing will come to you. But I would certainly say that the principals and the teachers are the creature of the God, who could be always to be kept at part to the God only, because they are doing all the best. I had seen people working very hard. I had seen people not eating the food. I had seen people not going anywhere else. I had seen people who are in the teaching fraternity not taking care of it, but working for the school, working for the students. In such scenario, if they don't want to take the benefit of your hard work, then unko to God hi bacha sakta hai, kuch karega to karega. So in such scenario, you make your best effort and rest leave on the God only. I would certainly say, don't take so much of stress, don't feel so much of pain कि ये हो रहा है. आप अपनी तैयारी, आप जितने अपने एफर्ट्स पूरे करिएगा, जिस दिन उनकी बुद्धि में कुछ आ जाएगा, संभल जाएगी, उस दिन वो अपना करेंगे, नहीं तो हम निकाल ही देंगे उनका.
सर इतना पेरेंट्स को बुला रहे हैं, पेरेंट्स आने को भी तैयार नहीं है कि कोविड हो रहा है अभी नहीं. मतलब this is
the way they are behaving with the teachers when they are making the call, they are not aware that who are the teachers, why they are calling them. They are calling them again and again. Principals are worried. I had seen Manju ma'am taking the meetings of the staff. कि आप लोग काम करो. I had seen other people also. Means they are spending their days and night just to look after the kids of the others. They don't want to take the responsibility. It is not good. हमको अपने स्टैंडर्ड बनाने पड़ेंगे. अपने स्टैंडर्ड हम देखिए, very frankly, in the country, if the school education is vibrant, it is vibrant because of the schools like yours. Okay. It is also very true that tomorrow when we will declare the result, we could say that government school pass percentage is 99 and our private school pass percentage is say 92%, 95%. But come to the mean marks. Your mean marks would be 98 and the government school mean marks would be 60. Okay, so this is the quality. People are not going for the quality. They are going for the quantity only. They will say that the 99% is the result of the government school. I would say just come to the mean marks and then compare it with the public school. So public schools are giving the result. They are doing the justice. If their 8% students are failing, it is failing because they are deciding, no, we will pass this student only when if he is aware about the knowledge or he is aware about the subject. You are not awarding the marks like that only. So you do the best and rest you can leave on the God.
Thank you, sir, for such an encouraging, motivating statement that the schools are really doing hard work, and this coming from you means a lot to all of us. But जहां तक बच्चों की बात है, हम लोगों का दिल जो है वो बच्चों को लेके थोड़ा कच्चा रहता है, तो कुछ भी कर ले उनके बारे में अच्छा सोचने से अपने आप को रोक नहीं पाते हैं. नाउ ओवर टू Manju Rana ma'am for concluding remarks.
So, well, very good evening and namaste to all. And I must say, was loaded with valuable insights. And on behalf of the Sahodaya Ghaziabad, I express my sincere gratitude to our honored Mr. Manoj Ahuja ji, Chairman CBSE, for sparing his valuable time and give us a very clear insight for the board examination 2021. And I think a very clear message to the students that they should focus on the coming exams and not get carried away by the rumors. And the school and the parents should collaborate to give a conducive environment to the children. My very sincere appreciation to Dr. Sayam Bhardwaj, Controller of Examinations, CBSE, the key person from whom we get all our answers. So thank you so much to patiently, answer to so many queries. You can understand if a session lasted for good 2 hours, हम लोगों के दिमाग में कितना कुछ चल रहा है. And sir, at all occasions, you have guided us in a manner that all school need to adopt for conducting examination. And I'm certain that we all have got a lot of clarity. And with Sayam ji around, and his humble virtues of always being approachable, we have regularly been provided with, first-hand information. So thank you, Sayam ji, for, taking up the rapid fire round of Arunabh and Gaurav, so supportingly and answering to all the queries. So thank you once again on behalf of the Sahodaya Ghaziabad, lot of my appreciation for today's session, sir. And I would like to thank all my fellow colleagues, teachers, attendees who gave their contribution in this session. My cordial acknowledgement to Dr. Jyoti Gupta, Chairman Sahodaya Schools Complex, Ghaziabad chapter, for arranging such a wonderful and a fruitful session. We have been trying very hard to bring in Sayam ji and Manoj sir to this platform so that the participants can directly ask their queries. So thank you once again, Sayam ji, for humbly accepting to be a part of this webinar and clearing a lot of our doubts and myths. So thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Before summing up, I would also say something. I would say that I am fortunate that I am staying in Ghaziabad and you people are working hard. My neighbors and other people are informing me that what you are doing in the school. And I am fortunate that the people like you are supporting me in the conduct of examination, the kind of hard work which you are putting in. This gives a lot of satisfaction to me that no, there is someone who is sitting behind me, sitting ahead of me to support me in the venture or the responsibilities which have been assigned to me for a very good cause of providing education and assessing them in the best possible manner. So I had seen working very hard to Manju and you, to Jyoti ma'am certainly, even to the Sharmila ma'am, I had observed many times that she is working very hard. Other people, and Neha, no doubt about it, कि ये रात को भी phone कर देते हैं, क्या कहते हैं, सर जरा ये बताओ, ऐसा बताओ. So it is very good. I am feeling very proud of each and every one of you. मुझे अपने पे गर्व होता है कि मैं आप जैसे लोगों के साथ हूँ. And because of you people, I used to say to certain higher teaching community that my principals are much better than the vice chancellors of certain central universities. So my all appreciation to you and really grateful to each and every one of you for inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you, Sayam ji, for all those kind words. It actually motivates us, and we are with you, and we assure you that we will, be with you for the smooth conduction of the examination.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
With keeping all safety and security in mind. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Neha ma'am.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you,
Neha.
Jyotika. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all of you.
Thank you, Rajiv ji.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
It was
Thank you both so much.
fantastic session, and I'll say what we say in our WhatsApp group time and again. Ghaziabad Sahodaya rocks.
Rocks. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
और
आज
संयम जी ने उसको endorse भी कर दिया है. The country and also from abroad for being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, friends.
All right.
Thank you, Jyoti. Thank you, Neha. Thank you so much once again for including us.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Jyoti ma'am, and thank you, Neha ma'am. Really.